welcome back to another video. This is my first video of 2026 and I'm so excited of all the things that I have planned and ideas that I have for this channel coming in the new year. Today's video is going to be my 2026 goals. So I have all of those written down and categorized in my little notebook that I'm keeping basically all my things in for this year. If you hear banging noises, I have a 6-month-old, almost 7-month-old, and she's here beside me playing, so that's what you will hear. But I just wanted to share my goals. I've done this video in the past for reading specifically, but this kind of lumps all the things together and I just wanted to share it. I'm gonna start with personal goals, and I have little check boxes so I can check them off. First one, probably the biggest one out of all these, is find a job, and in parentheses, that I enjoy. So if you are new to my channel, I did just resign from my teaching job. I was a teacher for 3 years and then had her in June and just did not return from my maternity leave. So I am currently a stay-at-home mom, but that's not going to be forever. And so I'm looking for either part-time or full-time. I'm kind of open to whatever. And I am planning on making a little series about that on this channel of what does that look like for you leave teaching and you're trying to find another job. So with that, I did purchase, while I was teaching, well actually I got it gifted to me by my mom, the Teacher Career Coach course. And I'd started it a little bit, but again, being a full-time teacher, trying to find a job and doing that just was not, I wasn't serious about it. I need to finalize that so I can kind of take you through that as well. Another big one besides like the job sector of things is finding a hobby, not a hobby, hobbies, more than one, that I like, you know, like I haven't, after having her, I don't feel like I've done a lot for myself, and that is something I also want to focus on this year as well. Listed out some things. So the first one is thrifting. I don't know, that just intrigues me. It would be a fun little outing for us. Look around, vibes, not necessarily, you know, any cost associated with that unless I bought something. Puzzles. I think I have some puzzles. I would like to get some like cute ones. And there is like a puzzle subscription that I think is interesting, that it's like you complete the puzzle and then you send it back so you don't like have all these puzzles. So that's interesting. Sudoku, coloring, those kind of go hand in hand, like brain games type stuff. I have some of those already. And I have coloring books and stuff. It's just actually making the time to do those. And another one with coloring is called Still and Slow. I've seen it as an ad. Like coloring like monochromatic. So like it's a coloring book, but it's only one color. And like it makes, I don't know, it looks cool. Another one is crocheting, specifically getting into woobles. So those are kind of expensive, but I think that they just look fun. And their character, like there's different characters and stuff. I don't know. That one, I'm not sure. And then scrapbooking. There's just always been an intrigue there. My mom scrapbooked. I don't want to like get as involved as she was, but that could be something fun for me to do, be a little creative and do something with her pictures and stuff. And then cooking, baking, like obviously I cook dinner and stuff, but like specifically looking for fun recipes, maybe trying out some like cookbooks. I'm like multitasking here, parenting, dog, YouTube video. So just kind of trying out fun recipes, not necessarily like just for the meal plan, like just doing something kind of fun. And then board games, like we have a bunch of games and stuff, but we don't really play them, but that would be a fun like little date activity too. Then the next one would be keeping up with YouTube. If you've been here, you know that this has been a long journey. I've technically had my channel for 11 years. It popped up I think in October, maybe not October, I don't know, but it was 11 years, so that's interesting. And I've been off and on for that whole time. Obviously life has ebbed and flowed of what I've got going on. I've got a lot going on right now, but it is something that I do enjoy, and I've been able to kind of be a little bit creative, so I want to keep up with that. And right now I'm kind of shooting for 2 videos a week. But 1 would be great, but 2 would be the goal. Other thing that I just need to get done and I wanted to remember was renew my teaching license. Yeah, I need to keep that up to date. So I need to just wrote that down just so I wouldn't forget. I am gonna have a video all about this. Well, actually a video series about the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. So I'm gonna try to do that this year. I don't know that I'll complete it, but I will at least have participated in it. I have a reading journal for me and Harper. And I will link where I got this idea at. It was on the news of this man who like kept record of all the books that he read, and then like they found it. I don't know if they knew about it or they just found it when he passed away, but I think that's just so interesting to be able to see what a person reads throughout their lifetime. So obviously it wouldn't be my whole lifetime, but I can go back on Goodreads and kind of update. I think I started that in 2019, and I haven't read a ton of books, so I could easily like fix that. But I got one for her, and I want to list all the books that we read because she is in the 1,000 books before kindergarten program at our library. So we are already past 100. So yeah. Next category is financial. So if you saw that cash budgeting haul that I posted, I want to try to stick with cash budgeting for a year. I want to give it a year and see kind of what I think about it, what works, what doesn't, and just see. So I want to try to do that for the whole entire year. I started in December, so technically December to December would be the year, not until January, but I would probably finish out 2026. I want to finish 2 savings challenges. I've purchased a few more, and then I talked about, okay, she's gonna join us for a minute. So I talked about the ones that I had already purchased and have. I want to finish 2 of those. Build up our emergency fund, and I want to focus on if we are buying something using apps, coupons, or gift cards if possible. So because obviously, like especially with fast food, like you can get some good deals on their apps. And then I have a category called parenting, could be called Harper, whatever. So as I said, she's in that 1,000 books before kindergarten program challenge, whatever, I don't know. She likes to look at herself in the camera. I want to do 300 books this year. That would get us to 400. And then I feel like that's kind of a good, she would be 1.5. I don't know. So that's, we'll see. That's shooting for almost every day, but there's still a little bit of leeway in there. And it might be more than that, I don't know. I want to try to take her to the library story time as I have the chance since I'm home. If there are any events or programs for her age, she's still kind of young, so they don't have a ton. But if there are any, I would like to get involved in that. And then with that, finding new places for us to go or for her to play. I have a few like saved on social media that I follow that I want to try out at some point, but just kind of finding some fun things for her that aren't just like, let's go walk around the store. Like what would be like beneficial for her and fun. Keeping her reading journal updated, I put that in that category as well. I want to get her in swim lessons at some point as well. And then I want us to find a church to go to. So I was in church before I met my husband, and then we really haven't been since then. And he has people at work that invite him and stuff, but yeah, so we just need to kind of look into that. We want her to be in church, but I don't know where we're going. Health and wellness, I have a year subscription to Healthy, so I want to make sure I'm tracking on that every day. Ideally with that, I am below 200 pounds. That's with pregnancy weight gain, just general weight gain. Then I also want to focus on going on walks, nothing hard. Like I can do it with her, I can do it with Remy, I can do it on my own. And then I've talked about the FinChat. That's a self-care, like routine task type app. I have I think I'm on 51 day streak, and I want to keep that up and keep going with that. And then I am limiting my social media. I don't count YouTube as social, I know it is, but like it feels like TV to me. And then me creating videos, that doesn't really, you know. And then TikTok, I literally just watch like a few creators. I don't really ever scroll on the For You page, very rarely. And then I'll like look at what my husband sends me. But Facebook and Instagram are the 2 that get me. Specifically Facebook, it's just been putting me in like a rough place that I don't like. So I'm limiting myself to 5 minutes because I don't think I can go 0 just yet. But 5 minutes a day has been working so far. I might have gone like a little bit over, but nothing like it was all I did when I was getting up with her in the middle of the night is getting on there. So like my Facebook time would be like 4 hours, and most of that was in the middle of the night. Like why do I need to be doing that? I don't. The last category is household. So I want to keep up with that 6-10 list and the cleaning schedule. As of today, which is January 5th, not going great so far, but I do have it kind of mapped out. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes. It's just been chaotic with Brandon being off work and the holidays and all the things. So today we are back on our normal routine. We do have a doctor's appointment, so we're kind of out of our routine, but we're gonna get that figured out. And then the last one is Project Pan 2026. The next video you will see after this one is all about that. And yeah, so I want to keep up with that. I hope you enjoyed this video with the addition of the screaming baby. Well, I don't know if she's screaming. She's gonna say hi. Hello. 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 Hee, say hello. So sorry for that, but you know, it's just part of life. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you will comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what your goals are for 2026, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.